The court convened right on time, and the presence of the high-profile and seasoned lawyers left no doubt as to the weight this ruling carried. Sitting a few feet from the magistrate was the Supreme Court Judge Philomena Mwilu. Occasionally, she will chat with those who surrounded her on the side preserved for the bar, an unfamiliar ground for her as she has made a career sitting at the bench. This was a defining moment, but the outcome was clear now that the order that kept her longer in court had been rectified. The problem was an error in the case number and the police number, and once her legal team got that out of the way, the proceedings at the Chief Magistrates Court were decided.
In compliance with the said order, this Honorable Court gives the following directions: that these proceedings shall now rest at the point at which they are reached, that the status quo shall be maintained in respect of any orders the court had made so far.
Justice Mwilu had instituted parallel proceedings at the High Court on Wednesday, challenging her prosecution for corruption and abuse of office among other criminal charges, and obtained orders barring the court from proceeding with the hearings. Among other things, she argued that her appearance in the dock was part of a plan by President Uhuru Kenyatta to avenge her vote in favor of nullifying the presidential election in August of last year. High Court Judge Chacha Mwita suspended the criminal case until October 9th, when he will hear the petition. From the onset of these proceedings, the advocates in this case had vowed that their client was not going to take plea. While that has been achieved, it's not the end of the criminal proceedings against the Deputy Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu at the Chief Magistrates Court.
Okay, but the petitioner is in the High Court.
2 weeks after the hearing of the High Court case, the Chief Magistrate will mention the case before the parties to assess the progress and determine if there are further orders and directions from the High Court.
There shall be a mention before this court for purposes of appraising or updating this court on any further directions of the High Court in respect of this criminal case that is pending before this court.
Stating these points because
the Chief Magistrates Court will, however, convene on the 4th of next month to receive the orders relating to Mwilu's co-accused Stanley Muluvi, whose lawyers were not able to extract them in time for today's ruling. The lawyers had told the court that there was no possibility of a separate case proceeding against Muluvi at the Chief Magistrates Court, while his co-accused, Philomena Mwilu, was handling the case at the High Court level. Ken Mijungu, NTV.